Ruler of Dubai opens GITEX 2011. UAE businesses gearing up for the 8th International Business Awards. And salvage operations begin on ship grounded off New Zealand. This is 7 National News. In our top story, His Highness Sheikh Mohammed bin Rashid Al Maktoum, the Vice President and Prime Minister of the UAE and ruler of Dubai, officially opened Dubai's 5-day GITEX event today. GITEX is the region's largest technology event, which brings together technology and telecoms companies from around the world and is being held at the Dubai Airport Expo. The ruler of Dubai was accompanied by the Crown Prince of Dubai and Chairman of Dubai's Executive Council, Sheikh Hamdan bin Mohammed bin Rashid Al Maktoum, along with a large number of delegates and officials. The spotlight is once again on the world's IT trends. This year's theme is redefining the future, something that's on many people's minds, especially with the passing of Apple co-founder Steve Jobs. Marvish Khan has this report.
The tech world is mourning the loss of one of its greats with the passing of Apple co-founder Steve Jobs. His revolutionary thinking and iconic achievements have forever transformed the IT landscape, so far reaching as Jobs' legacy, with reverberations of his death being felt even here in the UAE.
What's going to happen is that we're going to see more people, some of the more younger people in the industry trying to become moguls. I mean, trying to take up. Nobody can step in the shoes.
Seems quite difficult these days to turn a corner and not come face to face with this, the ubiquitous Apple. And here we're surrounded by technology, and innovation is the key as industry heavyweights clamor to get a piece of the apple pie.
The country is currently witnessing a boom in tablets and smartphones. Studies show revenue from sales of smartphones are expected to surge by nearly 140% in the next 4 years. Customers here are discerning when it comes to technology, with many replacing mobiles every 2 years. That makes the manufacturer's job a lot more interesting and challenging. With Apple mostly having the upper hand, it hasn't exactly been a level playing field. Competitors like Research in Motion, makers of BlackBerry, now want a bite of the share.
One of the greatest features of the Playbook, you can see that it runs on Adobe Flash Player, which gives you a true full experience of the internet, and as you see it on your PCs or laptops. So that's something which is very unique with the Playbook, as well as integrates well with your BlackBerry, and you can use your BlackBerry and this in great sync. Plus, I think some people have to try to see it. It's much better experience than anyone else in the market. So.
Samsung says variety gives it a competitive edge with the launch of its latest Galaxy Tab. As we move towards a more connected world, we're also more vulnerable to cyber attacks.
As Symantec being the largest protection company in the world, we always do statistics, and we've noticed that the UAE rank globally from a malicious activity perspective is number 36. And also the study showed us that 76% of e-citizens have been victim of a certain attack or not. Just to put things into perspective, in the last minute, 2 residents were victims of a certain cyber attack.
But hackers aren't always bad news. The UAE Telecoms Regulatory Authority is putting them to good use.
The concept is very simple idea. That we create virtual environments or virtual systems that are vulnerable and hackable, and we try to hack as many systems as we can. The team that has the most systems hacked, they will win the competition.
So what's in store for the IT industry's future? At this point, it's anyone's guess. But one thing's for sure, the only constant is change. We think Steve Jobs would approve. Mavish Khan, 7 National News.
Korean and Chinese are rising in popularity and are now the top language choices at Zayed University, according to a recent survey. Figures show a rise of more than 600 students expressing an interest in Asian languages this year at the university from its predominantly Emirati student base. Officials at the university account this expressed interest to the rise of emerging markets, as well as an increase in business relations between the UAE and the Asian markets. Officials also hail the similarities between Asian culture and the UAE, such as calligraphy and family ties.
Now, that we have begun offering them and found that hundreds of students are keenly interested is a great sign. The reason for this, I think there are three very good reasons as to why the student population at Zayed University is keen on Asian languages. The first one is that truly the Asian commercial, economic, political, military strength and relation to the UAE is incredibly strong. And of course, students are very quick to figure out that having some basis in these Asian languages and a cultural awareness, business practices, a sensitivity, positions them to work well within UAE institutions that do business with China, Korea, Japan.
The Abu Dhabi Farmers Service Centre has initiated a number of management services to farm owners to help boost their crop productions. In line with the capital's plan to increase the market share of local produce to 40% over the next 5 years, up from the current 15%, the new initiative will help farmers who face common difficulties in farm maintenance. According to a local paper, reports state that many farmers live far away from their farms, and the new initiative will see members of the ADFSC oversee labourers and farm supervisors on a regular basis. Officials state that 80 farms so far have joined the centre to oversee the management of their estates. There are currently 23,000 farms in the Emirate of Abu Dhabi. And looking to news abroad now, salvage crews were set to start pumping oil out of a stranded and leaking container ship off the coast of New Zealand today, ahead of worsening weather conditions. Authorities have warned the hull of the cargo ship Rena may not withstand large swells, and a bunker barge able to carry 3,000 tonnes of oil was due to start removing the fuel still inside the damaged vessel. Authorities have been using dispersants to deal with the 20 tonnes of oil that have seeped out of the stricken ship so far. But they worry that if more oil were to leak out, they may not be able to contain it.
In the vast majority of instances where on-water recovery operations are undertaken, the amount of oil collected is less than 10% that's out there on the water.
New Zealand Prime Minister John Key said the country was prepared for the worst. Key also sought a reason for the accident.
This is a ship that's ploughed into a well-documented reef in calm waters in the middle of the night at 17 knots. So somebody needs to tell us why that's happened.
And in the meantime, wildlife rescue groups and volunteers are rounding up animals affected by the slick. Floodwaters continue to inundate towns in Thailand's Ayutthaya province today, forcing thousands to evacuate. Local TV showed footage of residents packing their belongings and waiting for transport to take them to an evacuation centre in an area of the province which has not been affected by the floods. Ayutthaya province, which is also known as an ancient temple town, is 105 kilometres north of Bangkok. Some local residents said that they had become stranded in their homes due to the large unexpected scale of flooding. It said more than 2 million people have been affected by floods. Around 30 provinces in Thailand have faced large-scale flooding this year. The country's meteorological department says it expects more rain in the next 3 to 4 days. And up next, we have the day's business news, so stay with us.